Got another confession to make. I'm your fool. Everyone's got the chains to break. Holding you.
Hello!
Hillwood.
I'm Grace Cowboy.
And I'm Milka Folliga.
And here's what's happening at HMS.
HMS.
Congratulations to the Hillwood cross country teams who dominated the Keller ISD zone meet.
Hillwood is the only team in KISD that qualified all 4 of its teams for the Meet of the Champions.
7th grade boys finished first to capture the zone championship.
8th grade boys finished in 2nd place.
8th grade girls also finished in 2nd place.
And 7th grade girls finished 3rd.
Check out the graphic later in announcements to see all the runners that qualified.
The house party takes place on Tuesday, October 9th from 3:50 to 5 p.m.
All students are welcome, even as a bindi.
If you are wearing a house shirt, you will get a scratch off for free candy or soda. There will be lots of games to play, and it's a great time to hang out.
And that's the news. Here's what else is happening at HMS.
Hello, Hillwood. I'm here today to walk on this high wire and to tell you about our shows at Central Stage Theater. They start tonight at 6:30 p.m. And everybody's going to be there. So don't miss these shows. 6:30. There's going to be 3 shows. 1984, Our Country's Good, and White Buffalo. And they're all great, starring many, many former Hillwood students. So come out tonight and watch them for $5. Tonight, 6:30. Be there. Ah!
I attended Texas A&M University. Giga. So both of my parents actually went to A&M, as did several other members of my dad's family. So I grew up going there, just knowing about the culture, knowing about the traditions. Did a lot of visiting when I was younger, so I knew a lot about it. I believed that I would really love it there. So that played a major part, honestly, family history in my decision to go there. Well, I am true to my English nerd roots. I loved my Shakespeare and Jane Austen classes, and I also really loved my adolescent literature class, which really informed a lot of the teaching that I've done here at Hillwood. I read The Outsiders in that class for the first time, so I really enjoyed that. I worked really hard in high school. I took the PSAT and the SAT and AP courses, and just kind of tried to develop good study habits. The application process for me, I did it early, as soon as the application for A&M opened. I believe it was the summer before, around July. I went ahead and did it, wrote my essays, went through the Apply Texas platform online. I loved doing that because I heard back early, and also it kind of took the pressure off of the end of my senior year. I knew where I was going, so that kind of spring of my senior year wasn't overwhelmed with, where am I going to college? Doing all the college prep stuff. I actually only applied to A&M, which I do not recommend doing. While I absolutely loved A&M and would have chosen to go there, please, I would advise anybody else, apply a lot of different places. You just never know, not only about whether or not you're going to get in or not, but just you want to give yourself a lot of options and explore. There's a lot of really great universities. So A&M is known, probably the university most known in the country for its crazy and unique traditions. Probably my personal favorite is the fact that the students section stands for the entire football game. My body basically trained itself to not have to biologically function for 5 hours on Saturdays in the fall. But I loved every minute of it, so that's why we're called the 12th man. We are ready to enter the game as the 12th football player if needed. Hasn't happened in 100 years, but, we're ready if we need to. Another really cool tradition, I think, is pond hopping. After winning football games, going and jumping in all of the fountains on campus. Midnight Yell, which takes place at midnight on the Friday night before a Saturday football game, is where all students, sometimes 30,000 people, can show up at a midnight yell, and we practice yelling and cheering for the next day at the football game. That is just a really cool tradition. The hardest part about being in college is probably learning how to manage your newfound freedom and how to manage your time and figure out what your priorities are. It's closely tied to what I think is also the best part about college, is the fact that you have now all this time to learn and study and work and form new relationships, and you get to figure out who you are and who you want to be and what's important to you. But there's a lot of responsibility and sometimes trial and error that goes along with that.
We're 8th grade pals of Hillwood, and we're here to talk about school fundraisers for charity.
Our first fundraiser is for the Alzheimer's event. It's from October 7th through October 18th. The fundraiser is called Penny Wars. You add pennies or dollar bills to add points to your favorite huddle teacher's jar, or you can put in silver coins to deduct points from your huddle teachers.
The winning huddle class gets a movie day with popcorn, and the winning teacher gets breakfast or lunch with Miss Eckert.
Remember, this fundraiser helps raise money to find a cure for Alzheimer's, and Mr. Shelton will be walking on behalf of his mother.
The other fundraiser is karaoke at lunch from October 9th through October 18th. The purpose for this is to raise money for Alzheimer's and try to find a cure. It's $1 per person to sing one of 3 appropriate songs.
Tickets are pre-sold on October 3rd, 4th, and 7th. Songs will pre-approved for appropriateness.
Have spirit in your lyrics and get your jam on.
Thanks, Huskies!